President Putin, Horoscope, Zodiac sign personality, and astrological predictions. Vladimir Putin's zodiac sign is Libra. The onslaught on Ukraine has brought Russian President Vladimir Putin to the attention of the entire globe. The information in this video concerning Putin's horoscopes, zodiac signs, and astrological forecasts is for educational purposes only. Our astrological experts can only make predictions based on a person's date of birth and year of birth for everyone born on October 7, 1952, not just the President of Russia. We need to know President Putin's date of birth and biography before we can give him a horoscope or watch about his personality. Who is Vladimir Putin? Vladimir Putin was born in the Russian city of Leningrad on October 7, 1952. Now St. Petersburg, Russia. He worked for the KGB for about 15 years. He is currently the President of Russia and, after Alexander Lukashenko, the second longest serving European president. From 1999 to 2000, and again from 2008 to 2012, he served as Prime Minister. President Putin, childhood, parents, family. He is the youngest of 3 brothers and sisters. Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin was his father, while Maria Ivanovna Putin was his mother. Spiridon Putin, Vladimir Putin's grandpa, worked as a personal cook for Vladimir Lenin and Joseph Stalin. His mother worked at a factory, and his father served in the Soviet Navy as a conscript. In the early 1930s, he served in the submarine fleet. In early World War II, his father also served in the NKVD's Destruction Battalion, later being transferred to the regular army and badly wounded in 1942. I come from an ordinary family, and this is how I lived for a long time, nearly my entire life, Mr. Putin says. We lived simply, cabbage soup, cutlets, pancakes, but on Sundays and holidays my mom would bake very delicious stuffed buns with cabbage, meat, and rice, and curd tarts. Putin is thought to be a descendant of Mikhail of Tver, the Grand Prince of Tver. He was married to Ludmila Putina from 1983 to 2014, and they have 2 kids, Maria and Yekaterina. President Putin, education. Putin's family moved into a communal apartment in a typical St. Petersburg dwelling house on Boskov Lane after the war. From 1960 to 1968, he attended Leningrad's primary school number 193. He went to high school number 281 after 8th grade. He completed his studies in 1970 at a chemistry-focused magnet school under the auspices of a technology center. In 1975, he completed his education. He joined the Communist Party of the Soviet Union there and remained a member until it ceased to exist. His thesis was on the most favored nation trading principle in international law. He met Anatoly Sobchak, an assistant professor who specialized in commercial law. Later, he was a co-author of the Russian Constitution as well as the French corruption schemes. Maria and Katerina, his 2 children, were born to him and Ludmila Shkrebneva. He graduated from Leningrad State University with a law degree in 1975 before entering the KGB, where he rose through the ranks to lieutenant colonel during the course of his 16-year career. President Putin, political career. For the KGB, he worked as a foreign intelligence officer for about 15 years. He worked for the KGB, Committee for State Security, for almost 15 years as a foreign intelligence officer, including 6 years in Dresden, East Germany. In 1990, he resigned as a lieutenant colonel from the KGB's active service and returned to Russia to serve as a protector of Leningrad State University, where he was in charge of the university's foreign contacts. He later became an advisor to Sobchak, St. Petersburg's first democratically elected mayor. He won Sobchak's trust and is well known for his ability to get things done. In 1994, he was promoted to first deputy mayor. In 1996, he relocated to Moscow and joined the presidential staff as a deputy to the Kremlin's senior administrator, Pavel Borodin. He became good friends with Anatoly Chubai, a fellow Leningrader, and climbed into administrative roles. President Boris Yeltsin appointed Putin as director of the Federal Security Service in July 1998. Following that, he became the secretary of the powerful Security Council. Putin was named prime minister by Yeltsin in 1999. In 2018, he received more than 76% of the vote in the presidential election. His 4th term began on May 7, 2018, and will end in 2024. Which zodiac sign is Vladimir Putin? Vladimir Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Moscow, Russia. So, like Aquarius and Gemini, his zodiac sign is Libra, September 23 to October 22, which belongs to the air element of astrology. The scales are Libra's symbol, and they signify a balanced approach to life. Libra is the sun sign for people who were born between September 23rd and October 22nd. The scales, interestingly, the only inanimate thing in the zodiac, represent Libra, an association that underscores Libra's preoccupation on balance and harmony. Libra is fixated on symmetry and strives for balance in all aspects of life. Libras, the zodiac's aesthetes, are ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and money, and they admire high art, intellectualism, and connoisseurship. Designers, decorators, art critics, and stylists born under the sign of Libra are exceptional. Putin, a Libra, values harmony and balance in all aspects of his life. This, however, can be carried too far, and he may end up avoiding conflict at all costs rather than confronting the issue head-on. Putin may also be indecisive, which is typical of persons born under the sign of Libra. Vladimir Putin, on the other hand, is a smart strategist, an ex-KGB master spy who understands how to play the West, and he is incredibly bright, creative, devious, and brilliant. In truth, he is a natural spy, like most politicians with a Mercury-Neptune aspect. How to explain this? The worst personality qualities of Libras. Libra is a cardinal sign, therefore it's no surprise that Libras excel at starting new projects. Libras, on the other hand, struggle with indecision since they evaluate numerous sides in all they do. Libras would do well to cultivate, and trust, their own intuition rather than always seeking outside viewpoints. Aside from their ambivalence, Libras can readily handle any social situation, resolving disagreements by simply turning on the charm. Libra's North Star is to bring balance, harmony, and justice to the table at all costs, thus they'll go to great measures to avoid clashing with or confronting people, which might backfire spectacularly. Instead of coming out and saying how they feel, they may wind up becoming passive-aggressive. Similarly, Venus-ruled Libras desire a specific aesthetically attractive, and serene way of life, which is ideal but not always achievable. They may refuse to move the ball ahead since the approach does not align with their principles. They can be flighty, indecisive, and unable to commit, as do all air signs. As a Libra, it's possible that President Putin completely disregards social standards and creates his own set of laws to live by. Mr. Putin is arrogant, believing that others are undeserving of his time and attention. At times, he might be passive hostile or outright aggressive. Libra's dream careers. Libras are diplomatic and cooperative. They can seem aloof despite being well-liked and popular. They value a tranquil and attractive atmosphere and seek to get it. Jobs that are risky or untidy are not a good fit for Libras. They prefer a profession that allows them to develop and bring competing forces into harmony. In the workplace, they're known for their refinement, grace, and diplomacy. Mr. Putin's Mercury is in Libra, which gives him a strong sense of justice and fairness, and this is the only time he will act and fight. The conjunction of Mercury and Saturn provides him a careful and analytical approach, as well as the long-term determination to endure long enough to achieve something concrete. He is a legislator who wants to pass laws that are fair to both sides, and that is the only thing that can motivate him, such as to elicit a response from him based on his sense of justice. Bullying, posturing, labeling him a bully, and emotional appeals have no effect on him. With Mercury conjunct Neptune, he is a master politician who doesn't trust many people and can see right through politicians and those who say one thing but do another. It takes one to know one. Libra, love and relationship. Vladimir Putin is born with Venus in Scorpio, one of the zodiac's most powerful, secretive, and emotionally intense signs. The Godfather's theme, "The vows of love we made will live until we die," is the greatest way to explain this planetary placement's deep sense of devotion. This is not a divorcing sign, and any breakups for someone with Venus in Scorpio are quite difficult, called a fixed in water sign. For a leader like Putin, this applies not only to his friendships and personal ties, such as his wife or mistress, but also to the people in the entire country of Russia. Libras understand that love is about more than simply two people. It's about ethics, justice, and staying loyal to oneself. They yearn for a dynamic relationship in which politics, vision, art, culture, and justice all have a voice. Libra friendship. Libra is socially curious, as are other air signs, and is always interested in how people interact and think. The average Libra prefers to keep an eye on what's fair and does their best to remain objective, listening to all sides of disputes and not leaping to conclusions or responding in fury. They are aware that all arguments have opposing viewpoints and are eager to hear them. This sign is also known for being adaptable, content to allow their spouse or pals decide where to go and what to do. Putin, Libra, and Zelenskyy, Aquarius, are compatible signs. Fellow air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and other Libras, are the most compatible signs for Libra friendships and sexual partnerships since they speak the same airy language. Though there will be challenges along the way, Libra may get along well with Aries, the opposite sign, and the two can learn a lot from each other. Coincidentally and amusingly, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy was born on January 25, the zodiac sign of Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th, which, like Gemini and Libra, belongs to the air element of astrology, President Putin. The water bearer is Aquarius symbol, and it denotes clean intentions. Libra, incompatible signs. Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, may regard gregarious Libra as flighty or fickle, while water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, may perceive sociable Libra as emotional.